this thing though. See this Baba, he finished peeing. Ah, Jesus. He finished peeing and faced me with his ding dong. I started dangling it. Transport, passenger don't date today. Passenger, what the? Like, how is it my business? Why? One of the many risks you take for family. But if you're watching this video, don't blame me. Blame your second daughter. It's her fault. Or better still, let's just thank God for what did not happen. But first, if you're a returning subscriber, this is for you. Thank you very much. And if this is your first time seeing this pretty face, hi, my name is ifeomaucheugbah. Here on my channel I talk about beauty, lifestyle, and general happy vibes. If that's what you're into, please join my family by hitting the subscribe button down below. Also turn on your bell notification, so when I upload amazing videos like this, you will not miss out. And if you do end up enjoying this video, which I am sure you will, please give it a thumbs up. You can also share, help my growth. Okay, it will be much appreciated. So, as the title of this video depicts, this is the riskiest journey I have ever taken. Like, series of bad decisions. You know what? Let's get right to the video, okay? Story. Get your popcorns ready. Are you ready for the story? Okay, so I think this happened around 2015. Yeah, my cell was around 200 or 300 level. I'm not quite sure, but it was 2015. She had this hunger for pageantry. Like, from where? But it's okay. She had a hunger for pageantry and she was contesting for face of campus sample. Like, you can hear how dumb the name sounds. And she risked my life for it. No one, I'm not complaining. As at that time, I wasn't in university yet. I was running a pre-science program in the schools off campus at Embarked. If you're conversant with Anambra State or UZQ, you understand, you know what I'm talking about. This place is a village. Forget the fact that there is school, they have road and light. It's a village. Okay, so I was staying there where myself stayed in the main campus. But for the events, as a very supportive sister that I am, I was planning to travel to the main campus of the university to support my sister. Initially, she had given me 4 tickets, one for me, and she said I should come with some other friends. So I had 3 girlfriends I was going with. The plan was like smooth. We planned to read till around 5. You know, the goal is to gain admission, so we have to read. So we plan to read till 5, then get ready within the hour of 6, then leave the hostel latest 6 o'clock. That was the plan. It was airtight. Until she called me on the day of the events. During the day, she called me and told me she needed fans to the club. Like, she called with a lot of people, that she had tickets for them. All I had to do was bring them to the venue. They should give them your ticket to get them. But from where? It's not like I was manufacturing people or something. But still, luckily for her, I had very supportive lodge mates who happened to be less busy on that day, and they all agreed to go with me. Surprisingly, like, they cut the stress of looking for people, so I was happy. But that had already put a dent to the airtight plan I initially had. Since I didn't have this boost ticket, I had to get them there on time, because the goal was for them to at least get inside, get to the first 5 to 10 rows to be there. So when you're cheering for someone, they will hear you. You have fans in the crowd. You get? So I had to leave the hostel around 3:30 to take the first batch to the venue. We got there, because of traffic, we got a little bit later than normal we should have. So because it was getting late now, I handed them over to my sister's friend to help me locate her, collect the ticket, and get them in. Then I ran back to the hostel to get dressed and get the second batch. When I got back to the hostel, I realized that the batch B had gone. Batch B actually followed the first plan we had. They left the hostel by 6 o'clock. So I just picked up my gown and started running out like I needed to get there. That was where my adventure began. When I got to the bus stop that I had just left, I noticed that all the drivers were turning off their engine. I'm like, why? What's happening? They said they are done for the day. They're not going home. So see, I'm not joking. This place was a serious village. By 6, you are done for the day. But I was still very determined. I was on sweat. You know, things you do for family. I started trekking. I started walking. I had this intention that probably I was going to see one of the vehicles. Probably I was living in a different village, or decide to just go one more route. So I tried to go and I started trekking. And go the distance, I've still not seen any bus or cab, something. Then I saw this rickety bike. Would I say luckily? I'll say luckily, because if not for that bike, I would have made my journey that day. So when the bike got me, normally he wasn't getting to the main campus. He but he was leaving that vicinity. He was going to the next village. There were about 2 villages before the main campus. I call that place the village, before temporary sites where the venue was having. Before temporary sites where the event was happening. So he was going to the next village. Normally, to get to them, it would have been about 400 naira, but he was charging me 1,500. It's not a problem though. All I could think of at that moment was, thank God I've seen it right. Like, it's funny how the mind works. Like, when you're in a desperate situation, all you can focus on are the positivities, the fact that you see the solution to your problem. You don't think about the negativity. You don't focus on the red flags. Like, there were so many red flags. For starters, this was a rickety bike, and I'm not even insulting the bike. The engine was like, it's kind of small, and that little bike was coughing. Oh my God. Not on a normal day, you wouldn't advise anybody to get on that bike, but at that moment, I just got on the bike. It had this candlelight headlamp that you can't even use to see a wristwatch, but that's what he wanted to use to drive us on a highway to the main campus. It's okay. And now, the distance from where we were to the next village, before you get to the next village, there's this snaky-like road that is quite lonely. Like, I'm not joking. Before, I'm not sure there's no house in between that space, so if there is, shouldn't be more than 1 or 2 with a lot of bush. Like, if this man was a bad guy, he had enough time, he had enough space to kill me, to rape me, to kidnap me, and nobody will know. He will go and nobody will know. Like, he had that much time. But at that moment, all this thought didn't cross my mind. Like, I just started thinking about the dangers I went through that day later on. So I got on the bike, I was started driving. I held on to the guy, started driving. So once we got to the next village now, we are approaching this checkpoint. Would I call it a checkpoint? Because they are not actually policemen. They were vigilantes. They had set up a barricade in the middle of the road. Then he stopped a little distance away and told me that he's not going to get to that checkpoint. I asked why. I said because those vigilantes, they worry that he would advise me not to let them see me. Oh, okay. I'm not telling you guys what I was putting on. Actually, I like more short things, especially if it's a gown. I prefer more short gowns. But this gown I was putting on is not my party gown. Like, this was the party, and this is the gown I could actually wear to school. That was what I wore taking the first batch to the venue. So I had to walk past. Like, I didn't have the luxury the bike man had to turn around. So I started walking. When I got to where the vigilante was, and just like he said, they worried. They stopped me. They were like, I should come here. They were saying this in Igbo. I'm just going to say it in English. I should come here. Where am I going to? I thought about it. If I tell this people that I'm going to a party, it sounds like, I don't know, might send the wrong message. So I told them that my sister wasn't feeling too well at the main campus. I was going to stay with her and everything. But these guys were not buying my story. They were not buying my story. They just kept on like talking. I said, all these UDZ girls that will not stay one place, that wear short gowns, blah 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 blah. I was like, oh God, can you leave me alone? Like, can we go? They kept on talking, and thank God at that moment, I think they got a call already. I don't know, something distracted them. That was how they let me go, and I ran. So after walking past the checkpoint, I ran into a tricycle. So I got into it. This tricycle had 2 other passengers at the back, a man and a woman, including the driver, 3 people. So I just sat down beside the driver. I didn't want to sit at the back. The lady there was carrying a big bag. I don't know. It looked like she was carrying crayfish. I didn't want to be smelling like crayfish. I was going to a party. So I sat down beside the driver. I was still going. See, no offense, but some people are just deliberately rude for no reason. They don't like, for no reason. I literally did nothing to these people in the bus. They just entered. They didn't come directly for me, but I knew they were friends. They were like, all these small children that would not stay one place. The same thing the vigilante the vigilante people were saying. Like, it seems there were a lot of that occurrence, but I wasn't one of them. I was a very good girl in school. I'm I'm not joking. I was a very good girl in school. I hardly even went out. Just this one I'm going out, these people are tagging me the worst person in the world. That is how these lazy girls not stay one place. They're walking up and down, following people's husband, blah blah blah. Where did all this talk come from? But I thank God for giving me the spirit of patience. I did not utter a single word to them. I just kept quiet. They kept on saying so many derogative things in the KK. Okay, I was stomaching it. As far as they didn't call my name, they didn't tap me, so we're good. They kept on talking. So finally, I got to where I was going to alight. The next village. The driver was like, "Give me my money." Well, how about the cause of your frustration? I sure paid him, and he left. If you see this place, this driver dropped me. Like, if you see this place during the day, you'll be surprised. He dropped me at a market, a very busy market. Ekoka market, yes. Ekoka market. This place during the day is super busy, but at the time he dropped me there, I was so scared. Like, I felt like I was the only one in that market. You know, at this point, it was first, it's too late to go back. Just struck going back, and it was too late to go back. And all I had to do was go forward. But the way he drove, I was like, if I don't see a transport out of this place, was I supposed to sleep in the shop? Like, I was scared. Then I noticed there were two street lights on, just two street lights were on across each other. At that moment, I thought it was wise to actually stand directly under the street lights. I don't know why I did that, because probably now that I'm thinking about it, I felt like I was advertising myself to the predator, like, come and see me, oh, I'm standing here, no, come and attack me. I felt like, I don't think that was a wise decision. What do you think? Was that a wise decision to stand directly under the street light? Either way, I stood under the street light. I was really begging, I was praying. I needed a transport at that moment. While I was standing there, a madman passed. Have I told you people that I have great respect for mad people? See, if a mad person has done you something, you would avoid them. When this mad person passed, I kept my eyes on him. He passed the first time. Then he passed again. Passed the second time. And then if this guy should pass the third time, he was coming for me. So I crossed the road to the other street line and stood under it. I was really begging God, said something. Luckily, he answered my prayer before the madman met me the third time. And the tricycle came. So I jumped inside the tricycle. This time, I was the only passenger the tricycle had. So, you know, the good part about this, like, my journey was coming to an end. So I felt like I heaved when I entered the tricycle. Like, where this guy was going to drop me was definitely civilization. There is no way I would not see transport where he was going to drop me. But before we get to where he was going to drop me, there's this place in between that is actually very dark and lonely. No lights. It's mostly shops. And since it was late, with all the trekking, waiting for cab, and all of those, time had gone. A journey that would normally take me 1 hour 30 minutes at most because of traffic. I've been on this journey still, like, from 6 to about 10. This was 10 p.m. right now we're talking about. So the shops were closed. That place was definitely going to be dark. But I was ready. At this point, I felt like there's something I can scare me. Little did I know. So as I got into the tricycle and the guy started going, and just like I thought, he got to that place and stopped. I was looking at, like, I had my eyes fixed on him. At this point, I felt like I wasn't even blinking. So he came down from the tricycle. I went to pee. He was peeing by the gutter. Let's see, no. See this babao. He finished peeing. Jesus. He finished peeing and faced me with his ding dong. I started dangling it. Transport, passenger don't date today. Passenger. What the? Like, how is it my business? Why? Like, all the psycho in me came out. I started yelling at her, like, what is the meaning of this? Let's go. How is my business? And there's no transport. While I was doing that, the man, okay, wait. Passengers, they come. 2 passengers, they come. Somebody told me to come out on the kick. I brought my head out and I noticed 2 guys coming towards me. For some reason, we passed a few seconds ago. I didn't see anybody there. So where did this people come out of? It didn't sit well with me. Like, I don't care if they were together, if it was planned, if they were legit passengers. It did not sit well with me. So I just dropped the man's fare on the chair. I told him, okay, Nigerian NEPA will not kill me. So they just did the light. So where were we? Okay, so I dropped the man's fare on the chair and I told him, Oga, see your money on the chair. And I took to my heels, like I ran. I was running. Then I noticed that those two guys were running after me. From where? They're like, auntie, stop there, auntie. Who is your auntie? Do I know you? Who is your auntie? Do I know you from anywhere? I kept on running. Then I got to this place that had trees and cars parked there. I ran behind the cars. I was really hoping that these guys didn't see me. Luckily, they didn't see me. They ran past me, and a few minutes later, I noticed I heard the sound of the keke pass. Then I heard the sound of another keke pass. I don't know if it was the same keke, but it passed twice. I waited until I heard a third keke pass. Then I came out and started walking. About 15 to 20 minutes, I got to where I was supposed to alight. So yes, luckily for me, that place was busy, so I was calm. I got into a bus. I needed to get to a friend's house to change out of the clothes I was wearing into my party dress before going to the venue. So I got into the bus now to drop me at my friend's bus stop. I was the first passenger in the bus, so I sat down in front beside the driver. So the driver kept on calling for passenger, he does see passengers. He now talked to me, it was not like, that's in Igbo, like, auntie, that's, see there's no passenger again. How about I just follow him to his house and then we can make each other feel good? What? Like, are there these merch pervs on the road? I was like, what do you mean by that? Blah blah blah. See me, they're talking to me anyway. I'm still speaking English. That's how the driver changed it for me. He was like, hey, if I'm not going, I should get her from his car, winch. That's the reason why there are no other passengers in the car. See problem. I quietly came down from the car. When I came down, I saw another shuttle. I got into it. The shuttle dropped me off at the bus stop. So I started walking into the street. While walking, I was putting the color of the gown was black. So it's easy to blend into the dark at night. So while walking, I noticed a group of guys by, okay, in our streets, there's this place that has a lot of water. They built this kind of plank bridge where people just pass. So I noticed these guys smoking close to the bridge. I knew in my heart of heart that these people are trouble. Like, since I'm going to come back here, I have to think of another way to pass these people. So I passed the first time. Normally they do like something wrong with their throats. So I got to my friend's house. I quickly changed. The second dress was white. It was easy to spot me in the dark. So I kept on going. When I got a little bit close to them, but I was still hiding between, like, close to the bush. No, there was only walk. If I walk, these people will see me and they might harass me. I took to my heels. I was running like something was chasing me. I think I ran a lot on this night. I ran past me. The way I ran made those guys start running. They felt something was chasing me or someone was chasing me. They said all of them scattered. I don't care. I ran straight to the junction, got into the bus, got to the venue. Hey, all this drama. Okay, when I got to the venue, guess what? I realized I've lost my ticket. In all of this, I didn't have my ticket on me. The night was cold. I was putting on a short dress. Who did I get any worse? I just went by the poolside of the hotel. Like, I was so tired. Like, I was super exhausted. I sat there until around 2, and I was able to get into the venue. Long and short of the story is my sister didn't even win the pageantry. All this stress, and she didn't win. She didn't win the pageantry, but I felt, well, I think I played my part as a very supportive sister. What do you think? Even though it was super risky and some of the risks I took there were uncalled for, because I'm sure, no. I don't think I should have done some of the things I did that night. But thank God for what did not happen. I'm fine, I'm alive, nothing bad happened to me, so I can tell the story with a smile on my face. So guys, I've come to the end of this story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe. Subscribe by hitting the subscribe button down below. Also turn on your bell notifications so when I upload amazing videos like this, you will not miss out. Okay, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Till then, bye.